What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the TheSlamDuncan YouTube channel. I'm starting to finally feel better, so I'm glad to be finally recording, but just fair warning in advance, if you do see me cough or take a drink in this video, if I don't edit it out on accident, I apologize in advance, so just bear with me. But we got some big Bulls news recently, saying Markkanen has come out and said that he is very happy with the latest moves from the Bulls, changes to the front office, and he hopes to sign an extension. And that's, it's overall great news, knowing that Markkanen wants to stay in Chicago. But as I have talked about on this channel, and a lot of Bulls fans have already been talking about recently, it's a big thing going on with Markkanen is that, well, he, his mentality just isn't there, and this season just was god-awful, and even though Boylen's offense just does not help him at all, he just did not show the ability to have that all-star mindset of the killer instinct, of the ability to take over a game. He's just looks like he's lost at times, and, it's got me thinking, I would love to keep Markkanen if he shows that he can do things that he, how he was before this season. But I do, have my doubts, and I'm hoping that this new front office decides to bring in a new coach and put Markkanen in the correct situations, and that hopefully will help Markkanen become the player that he was before Boylen took over the offense and basically ruined it. So this video is just going to be me reacting to Lauri Markkanen highlights from previous seasons, not this season, but previous seasons, and I want to point out a bunch of things in these highlights that show why Markkanen was just so much better in the previous two seasons. This does not mean, though, that he's going to become magically better with the new head coach, but I do think the right head coach for him is definitely going to help him become much better and become more confident, really, in his game. And I'm going to show you some things that I hope the new head coach, whenever they come in, does for Markkanen in next season. But make sure, if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I am hopefully going to be back to making videos every single week now that I am starting to feel a little bit better, but I'm not 100% yet. But first video, I got two videos for you guys. First video I want to react to is Bulls versus Magic. This is in 2018, so Boylen was head coach at this time, but if you look at how this offense is run in just this highlight clip, it's completely different from the offense that's being run today. And Markkanen had 32 points in this game and a pretty awesome poster on Vucevic. But I want to point out some things that I see in this highlight that are just completely different from the Boylen offense of today. So, I'm just gonna basically kind of go play by play. I'm gonna stop at times and break things down for you guys. So first play here is Chris Dunn has the ball here, and immediately right here, this is a horn set that you just saw, and Boylen very rarely in this season rarely runs a horn set. It's when these two big guys come up at the top of the key, and the point guard has the ability to go either way or use both of them, and what this does is that it gives both of these guys the options to do multiple things. And in this scenario, Chris Dunn uses both these guys going right and use both of their screens. Now, Chris Dunn, as the ball handler, has multiple options here. He can either attack Vucevic, who's already way too far back into the paint, and go after him, or he can stop on a dime, hit that mid-range shot. But what this also does is that Markkanen here can either come off of this Wendell Carter Jr. screen, or Markkanen can dive to the rim here, and once Chris Dunn pulls Vucevic close enough to him. This also opens up the opportunity for Wendell Carter Jr. just to basically stand here and either set the screen, or if no one else uses his screen, he can just stand there and hit that 18-footer. So if you watch what happens here, Markkanen does the right thing, and he cuts to the basket, right? This is something we haven't seen from Markkanen at all this season, and it's probably because of Boylen telling him, don't go to the basket, look for the three-point shot more, and go and stay on the perimeter, right? But in this case, Markkanen cut to the basket, and in just this scenario here, you got three guys in the paint, and Carter Jr., if, let's say, Markkanen can't get the wide-open shot, Carter Jr. is wide open here. That's like a outlet situation. But Markkanen finishes strong over Vucevic. Easy layup for him, right? So next play here is something that's rarely ever run in Boylen's offense today, and that's a floppy action play. As you can see here, Chris Dunn decides to set a little brush screen. Here's Lopez setting the pin down. Justin Holiday's coming off the screen here. Now, Markkanen is basically the man in charge in this play as he makes the decision with the ball. If there's nothing over here, he can dribble over here and give it to Archie D and they reset. Or he can let Lopez come over and set a screen for him, and Markkanen can use Lopez's screen. But in this case, he's going to give it to Holiday, and instead of Holiday shooting a three-point shot here, as he just doesn't have it, he goes to the mid-range area, and Vucevic is standing too far back, and shoots the mid-range shot. Something that Boylen does not allow in today's offense, and it really drives me insane because this is important. You need to be able to shoot this mid-range shot and be allowed to shoot this mid-range shot, or else the Bulls in this possession probably don't score. So, Holiday comes off, doesn't have the three-point shot, but shoots that 15-footer over Vucevic, bang. And that's important to have that mid-range arsenal. Now, this play is extremely important, right? So, right here, they're trying to post up Robin Lopez, and I'm a person that continuously says that the post-up is something that is very, very important in basketball. It's not valued in today's game, and it's very unfortunate, but posting up is a form of ball penetration, all right? And what this does is that it gets the ball behind the defense, so guys just can't just look at the top of the key and see the ball consistently. They have to look behind them, and then the defense is going to be caught off guard if one of their guys decides to move, or if the weak side offense decides to make any more screens or decides to move towards the rim, the defense is going to be caught off guard. Now, in this situation, you see Hutchison is trying to give Robin Lopez the ball here. Now, let's say, for example, this is Wendell Carter Jr., and Wendell has his man sealed. You're going to already see right here, Wesley Iwundu is coming over to basically double team Robin Lopez before Lopez even has the ball. What this does then is then the defense for the Magic has to do a 3-on-2 on the weak side, and they do a poor job guarding these guys, as the best three-point shooter out of these three players is Markkanen by far, but they don't pay attention. But just this action right here on the strong side opens up so many opportunities for guys like Markkanen on the weak side. And you're going to see Hutchison make the right play here. You see, I think this is Kem Birch. I'm not 100% sure. He goes down way too far. Iwundu was already over here. Now he has to run all the way back here. But in this case, the most important thing is that Markkanen's wide open. Hutchison gets him the ball at the top of the key where Markkanen should be most of the time. And Markkanen wide open. Bang, right in your face. So this is stuff we just don't see anymore in the offense. All right, another thing you don't ever see anymore in the offense is 18 seconds is on a shot clock. There's a lot of time, but immediately you see that Markkanen comes up and sets a high ball screen. Usually now you just see Markkanen standing in the corners over here, right? You never ever see him at the top of the key, right? And he comes over, sets an immediate ball screen. Now Chris Dunn is already coming up pretty fast, and this puts Isaac in a terrible position because Isaac is going to drop down. And because Hutchison doesn't just stand at the top here or stands at the wing, and Robin Lopez isn't just standing at the three-point line, this makes sure that the weak side defense cannot get involved at all in this play. And this allows Markkanen to fade to the top of the key and get a wide open shot. As you can see here, Hutchison kept moving, right? He didn't just stand there. This is something that the Bulls need to start doing, is make sure the weak side is continuously moving. It makes sure that these three guys can't get involved in the play. And this allows Markkanen to get the wide open shot. In your face, Isaac, you're too late. Bang. Now, that needs to keep happening, and Boylen just doesn't preach any more weak side ball movement, as just that simple cut from Hutchison and Lopez being at the high post, that's just so much more effective than just having guys stand there, wait for the ball, and just wait on the weak side. That needs to stop right now, and hopefully the new coach really values the weak side ball movement, as it's going to help Markkanen tremendously. All right, this is a horn set again, but instead of using them as screens, you use the big men as ball decision makers. So Chris Dunn's going to give it to Robin Lopez. Now, in this case, let's pretend it's Wendell Carter Jr., right? And this is where I think Wendell Carter Jr. could be so effective as a passer or really just like making the decision with the ball. And Robin Lopez here, immediately, he can either attack the basket, but that's just not smart because plenty of time on the shot clock. But what you're going to see here is something, again, you never ever see anymore in the Bulls offense, in that Markkanen's going to come down here. He's going to set a little brush screen on Fournier. Now, what this does is that it gives Blakeney the option to either cut to the rim, or Blakeney's going to come off that screen, and he can come and get the ball from Lopez. Or Blakeney decides to just not get the ball from Lopez, and Lopez just doesn't give it to him, and it gives Markkanen the opportunity to come up over here on the wing and get the ball from Lopez and use Lopez as a screener. Or Markkanen could go towards the rim and cut towards the rim, and Lopez can pass him the ball in the paint, or Markkanen can post up. But what you're going to see here is you're going to see Lopez not give the ball to Blakeney, but give the ball to Markkanen. And this was pretty simple because the Magic just played the paint in this situation. They don't want anyone getting to the paint. So Lopez doesn't give the ball to Blakeney, but he gives it to Markkanen. Isaac's too far back already. Like, there is too much space between Isaac and Markkanen just steps back, and in your face, Isaac, you're already late. You can't be that far back from Markkanen. And not to mention, like, Markkanen probably wouldn't shoot that in today's NBA, like today's game, because Boylan would probably tell him don't shoot it. And that's unfortunate. Like, Markkanen should be looking for his shot no matter what, right? Another situation in this, you got 19 seconds already on the shot clock, and it's like they're playing much faster, and immediately, high ball screen, okay? Now, Archie Diacono does a great job here by making sure that he draws both of these guys, right? But just look at the spacing in this situation. You got Carter Jr. playing the baseline instead of trying to, clog up the paint here. Holiday, and I believe it's either Chris Dunn or Shaq Harrison's in the corner, right? Now, what Archie Diacono has here, he has multiple options to either, he's going to go over here and either draw these two guys or draw these two guys. And he's going to try to find the open man from that situation. So in this case, though, as you can see here, he gets both Gordon and Terrence Ross. Now, Vucevic stayed here because Gordon came over and helped. But if Archie Diacono got Vucevic, then Wendell Carter Jr. is wide open. And in this case, though, the Magic kind of switch, but they really also don't. So Markkanen is aware of that. But let's say they switch. Then Markkanen has the size advantage on Terrence Ross and should go immediately to the post. And Archie Diacono should either pass it to Markkanen from right here, or Holiday's going to come up, get the ball, and pass it to Markkanen in the post. But if, let's say, these two guys stay on Archie Diacono, that means Fournier has to come over and help on Markkanen from the weak side. That gives Justin Holiday the wide open shot, and Archie Diacono can make that pass. But in this situation, Markkanen does something that he just doesn't do anymore, and that's he sees that this paint area right here is wide open. So he's patient, sees that really no Magic guy is going to come after him, and he makes the right decision, which is he's going to cut to the rim and dunk all over Vucevic. That needs to continuously happen. You can't stop moving. All right, post-up situation. So first off, this post-up situation right here with Markkanen, it was already looking much better than any sort of post-up situation that Boylan has run this season. Markkanen here, one, he got a post-up situation, which never happens under Boylan today. But look at all the space he has to work with. There is no one else on the strong side of the ball with Markkanen in the post-up situation. Now, he sees that it doesn't work. Isaac's a pretty good defender, so it's okay it doesn't work. But instead of him giving the ball back up and fading to the three-point corner, he decides to, I'm going to give it to Chris Dunn, but I'm going to set a back screen on Fournier, and Fournier is now screwed. Fournier is automatically going to get caught up on Markkanen's screen right here, right? And because of this, Chris Dunn is going to have a pretty good opportunity to create a play here if he goes left. And so, as you can see here, you're going to see Markkanen set that screen, but instead of Markkanen fading to the three-point line, which is something that he would usually do today, right? You're going to see DJ August, you're going to see him go right towards the paint. As you can see, the paint is wide open, right? You need to take advantage of that. If Markkanen decided to fade to the three-point line over here, that means DJ Augustin can get into the action and guard Markkanen, and then Gordon can guard these two guys. And then that means in just that amount of time, one of these two guys can get back to their guys, and then all of a sudden the defense resets, you get nothing. Instead, though, he went to the paint, no one's in the paint, and in this case, Vucevic is too late. If Vucevic was right there, then you pass it to Carter Jr. playing that baseline very well. But Vucevic is too late. Markkanen decides to use the floater over him. Good play. Again, something you never see in Boylen's offense today. All right, another post-up opportunity. Now, already you see something that is never ever done under Boylen, and that's you have a person cutting, right? And these two guys, they're doing a good job, and Wendell's playing the baseline very effectively right here. But just Holiday cutting through here, it pulls DJ Augustine away from making a play on Markkanen. So now it's a complete just one-on-one for Markkanen versus Isaac. And what Markkanen does here, he does something which is take the mid-range shot, which Boylen never allows anymore, which Markkanen needs to have in his arsenal. So whoever the new coach is has to allow Markkanen to shoot that mid-range shot. Markkanen faces him up, shoots that 14-footer, bang, in your face. So again, something that is different back then, which was good, but isn't used today. All right, so this was like a dribble leave handoff situation where Holiday give it to Dunn, and Chris Dunn was already moving without the ball before he got it, right? And his momentum just coming up from here and getting that brush screen from Markkanen, it makes Fournier beat. Fournier is screwed right now. He cannot get in front of Chris Dunn. Chris Dunn has a wide open shot with Fournier on his hip. Now, because of that, you're going to have to see the defense is going to react right here. You're going to see that Jonathan Isaac has to come over and help because Fournier is beat. And you're going to also see Vucevic kind of come over a little bit because he sees that his guard right here is also beat. This opens up so many opportunities for Markkanen and Wendell Carter Jr. here, and you're going to see Chris Dunn make the right decision once he gets all three guys onto him. So now Chris Dunn has got three guys in the paint with him, right? And DJ Augustine was basically also coming as well. Chris Dunn could have either thrown it to Wendell Carter Jr. or throw it to Markkanen. In this case, he throws it to Markkanen. Right decision, in your face, bang. Again, something you just don't ever see with Boylen's offense. It's all just guards only. This is like a broken play, and this is the Vucevic poster. But instead of Markkanen taking a bad three-point shot, it was important for Markkanen to just attack the rim and try to, at least get a foul called, and he does the right thing. Now, this is huge right here. This is basically a horn set, but on the right side. And this is, again, something you just never ever see in Boylen's offense. But first things first is that spacing right here is good, okay? Now, Chris Dunn here can do multiple things, and that's he can either use Markkanen or Robin Lopez. He has the ability to choose. In this case, he uses Markkanen. Now, with Markkanen, he's going to come off of this Lopez screen, and he is going to be given so many options if he gets the ball. First off, Chris Dunn can either, if no one goes with him, Chris Dunn has a wide open lane right here. So good spacing all around, right? But you're going to see here that Gordon and Fournier basically kind of trap Chris Dunn. So Chris Dunn does the right thing by giving the ball to Markkanen over here. Now, Markkanen has three things he could do. He can either shoot the ball right here, or he can attack the rim. And if any of these guys get wide open because of it, then he passes out to those guys. Or he can pull up on a dime and shoot the mid-range, which is something, again, that needs to be in his arsenal. You can't take that away from Markkanen, right? So, in this case, though, Markkanen gets the ball here, and you see that Gordon and Fournier are stuck. Now, Vucevic thought that the play is going to happen over here. So, he's already kind of screwed, but he recovers just enough, and Markkanen's like, okay, wide open paint right here. Vucevic kind of slides over just enough, so Markkanen, instead of trying to attack the rim against a 7-footer who's much bigger than him, he does the right thing, and that's pull up from 18 feet, bang, in your face. Again, this is the reason why Markkanen has to be allowed to shoot that mid-range shot. I'm going to keep saying it and keep saying it. He needs to be allowed to shoot the mid-range. The mid-range game is not a lost art. It needs to be in this Bulls offense for them to be effective. And I know this is just only about Markkanen, but this matters for everybody. I mean, think what Kobe White did when he was allowed to shoot a mid-range shot this season. Zach LaVine is a very good mid-range shooter. Like, you can't take that away from them. So, this play is basically another horn set, but it's another point center type play here. So, you're going to see Markkanen's going to set a screen, a little brush screen here for Justin Holiday. And again, this gives so many options for these three guys here. Lopez can either give it to Holiday, or Holiday can either cut to the rim and Lopez can throw it to him. He can not give it to Holiday and then give it to Markkanen. Markkanen can either use Lopez's screen or reject it. Markkanen can either set the screen and dive right to the rim, and Lopez can throw it to him, or Markkanen can post up in this situation. So many options that are available to the Bulls right here. But instead here, you see that Holiday doesn't get the ball. Lopez gives it to Markkanen. Now, Markkanen does something right here that we have never seen at all this season, and that's he's basically the guard in the pick and roll situation right here. And he does something again that is just never done at all this season. That's shoot the mid-range shot. Now, I want to point out another thing here. Instead of Justin Holiday standing right here at the three-point line, he continues to move. He continues to make sure that he takes Ross with him. So Ross cannot get in on this play at all. And that's extremely important. You don't want Ross in on this play at all because Vucevic is already screwed. But if you add Ross in here, then that takes away everything that the Bulls just did. Holiday continues to move, which is, again, important, off-ball movement, and takes Ross with them and out of the play. This allows Markkanen and Lopez to do their thing. As you can see here, Markkanen shoots that mid-range shot, in your face, Vucevic, bang. Stuff that, again, this stuff matters. And this is just a simple fake handoff, and Markkanen shoots that mid-range shot again and hits it over Vucevic. So, these are the plays that in 2018, Markkanen was used so effectively, even under Boylen. But Boylen decided to completely change the offense and not use them effectively. Therefore, Markkanen is struggling. Now, again, though, I will say, Markkanen has had opportunities this season, but, his mentality, I think, and his confidence is completely taken away. So, I think it's a 50-50 blame between Boylen and Markkanen for Markkanen's struggles this season, along with his injury. But I really hope for the best with Markkanen. Hey guys, so I decided to split this video into two separate videos. So in tomorrow's video, you're going to see me react to Lauri Markkanen's highlights against the New York Knicks in Madison Square Garden. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm making new videos every single week and definitely be making more Bulls videos, especially now that I'm starting to feel better. And definitely leave in the comment section down below your thoughts on this video and your thoughts on Lauri Markkanen's future with the Chicago Bulls.